sorting it. I'm on Google Hangouts, that's why. Speakers. Samsung mic. Right, is that better now? Should be better, I think. Sorry, I'm on Google Hangouts. I'm not on OBS. I apologise. Right, let's put this up here. Right, there we go. Right, you should be able to hear me. It might be a bit faint. One sec. That gone off again? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Should be able to hear me. Don't know. Yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry. As you can see, there's no green screen or anything. I'm doing this with Google Hangouts, hence why my mic wasn't hooked up properly. Although I did forget to plug it in anyway, but it wasn't even hooked up to Google Hangouts because I don't use Google Hangouts anymore. But as I was saying before, when there was no sound, basically, I tried to do a couple of live streams outside about 5-10 minutes ago, and they just didn't work. It was saying it was unable to connect, all that sort of stuff. I've never had any good trouble with doing live streams on my phone. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it is the internet or whatever, but as I say, this computer is now hooked up to an Ethernet cable, so it must take all the bandwidth or something, I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, the reason why I'm late today, because I'm never late, I was actually round my grandparents. I had lunch around my grandparents, and I kind of let things slide a little bit, and I thought, you know what, I'll spend a little bit of time with my grandparents, and I won't inform anyone, like the kind of guy I am. I won't even bother informing anyone that I'm not going to be doing Thursday talks at the regular time. I thought, you know what, I'll just do it whenever today. So really what I need to get, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I need to get to 10,000 subscribers, not because I want to get to 10,000 subscribers, but actually more to get the community tab, which allows me to communicate basically like Facebook on a Facebook post. The community tab on YouTube allows me to create a post in the subscribers feed to communicate with you guys more, because at the moment I don't have an outlet. Obviously I have like Instagram and stuff, but I do have my Facebook page, but I don't use it that much, and I don't think many of my subscribers follow me over there anyway, so I don't really have too much of an outlet to communicate with all my subscribers. So yeah, I'd really love that community tab, but I hope YouTube maybe make it so that you only need 1,000 subscribers or something. John says this time is better. Picture is broken. How do you mean? One sec. I'll just check for you. Be able to hear me? No. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry. Seems all right. Forget to plug it in anyway. Just take that sound off. Picture seems all right to me. It's probably not that great because I'm not on OBS. It'll be all sorted again by next week. But it's just I couldn't be bothered setting up OBS and doing all the, setting up my thumbnail and all that sort of stuff. I just thought I'll come on very quickly and do it with Google Hangouts, and I think it might be, just a bit easier for me then. So yeah, it'll be all back to normal next week. As I say, it was just this week because of me going around my grandparents for lunch. So if you have any questions, we'll get all that rambling out of the way. If you have any reselling related questions, please do throw them in the chat as normal. I probably won't have that many people watching, so I probably won't do like a full-on episode, because normally if I would do it at my exact time that I normally do it at, I'd have a lot more people watching and we'd be able to get a bit more interaction with the chat. But because I won't have that today, it'll be harder to drag out an episode. I would just be dragging it on. It won't feel as relaxed or as fluid as it normally would. So I'll probably only do maybe 20 minutes or so, unless I end up getting a load of people in the chat and loads of questions flooding. I might extend it on them. But anyway, we'll get on with the video today, and we'll see if there's any questions or anyone else jumping in the chat. Forge your own path. How did you know? Hello, Trouble. Is he talking to Sib K? Sybil Shepherd. Oh, you've changed your name again. Oh my God. Gary's in the chat. Picture fine, he's saying. Right then. Andy says, hi, no sound. And, oh, well, that was ages ago. Anyway, so there's not many people in the chat. As I say, if you have any questions, then please do drop them in the chat. It looks like we've got Tom in there as well for your own path. I don't know whether I like the name as much. You know what the best name for you was, Sib K? Special K. That was the. I swear you had that for about a week or something. That was the best one. Or what was the other one? Siberius K or something. I don't know. What happened to the Nigerian prince? What's all that about? Oh my god. Are you referring to Siberius K? Is that the one you're referring to, the name? No, but I really like these name changes, but I'd say Sybil Shepherd. Is that referring to like a TV show or something that I'm not aware of? Is it actually referring to anything? Is there a joke in there? I don't know. Anyway, picture is good as usual. Okay, well, anyway, it might have just broken up for a second or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, as I say, it might not be as good because obviously I'm not on OBS, but we'll get back to normal programming next week. Any more Lego investment in the pipeline? That is funny. Well, I have got one deal with actually Gary in the chat that I need to message him on. I have done the, I did them last night, Gary. I did all the working out. I went on Amazon, did all the pricing and stuff. So I need to message Gary on that. But in terms of, it's funny you should say that because in terms of actual Lego investing videos, I did want to get back to doing a few Lego investing videos. But the problem is because of actually, I've looked back on them over the past few days and they've done really well on the channel. People seem to love them. And, you know, they seem to be, it seems to be filling a gap in the market. Not many people are talking about Lego investing on YouTube. So I feel I would like to get back to doing a few more videos on that. However, the problem is I'm not investing in Lego as much as I was a few months back. I've kind of changed into doing other investments. I've still got a lot of Lego. Trust me, I've got loads and loads of sets. I've got loads of sets for Q4. I've got loads of sets as a longer term investment. But I'm just sort of throwing down what I'm actually buying. Yeah, but I would like to get back into it. I would like to get back into the Lego investing. And if I do so in the next few months, I will do videos on it because people seem to like seeing it. I don't know what it is. But funnily enough, you say that. I looked, I did a video called 5 Tips for Lego Investing Success. And at the time, I was really, really confident on the 5 tips. And I still am. I'm really, really confident that those 5 tips are pretty decent. If you follow them to the letter, you will have pretty much good success with Lego investing. However, I went on Amazon and I actually looked at the set that I was reviewing in that episode. And I think it was 75165, the Lego set. And I looked on Amazon and it was like double or just over double its retail price. So I actually made a decent, made a decent decision in actually choosing that set because that set retailed at £12. Now, if you got that at a 50% discount or something along those lines, you know, maybe £6 or £8, it's now worth about 26 quid, 25. Well, it was anywhere from 25 to 30 quid really, but the lowest price on FBA was 24.98, 24.99, so 25 quid lowest. So it was a pretty decent investment if you had bought it, you know, 6 or 8 quid. And that's within a year. That's about a year. So in terms of, you know, a proper investment in 2 years or so, might touch a little bit more. But those kind of battle packs don't generally do that well. Like, they won't go higher than like 50 quid. I don't think I've ever seen a battle pack sell for more than 50 quid. There might be a couple, you know, there might be a couple of the very, very first battle packs that are worth more than that. But yeah, those battle packs generally, you're not going to see them go more than that. Or you might do in the peak of Christmas, but yeah, it's hard to get about 50 quid for a battle pack. But yeah, you know, so that was pretty decent that I actually made a good decision in that set. And I was confident at the time. And, you know, I was confident in the advice I was giving out. But it did just make me think, you know, I actually did that right. You know, I made a right decision there because sometimes I don't really make right decisions. We've got Leslie Britton, I think that is in the chat. Hi there. I believe that's another new person to the stream. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think every week now on Thursday Talks, we've had someone new joining the live stream, which is really cool. We've got Peter A in there, one of the regulars. Hi, Peter. I bet you were wondering where I was at 1 o'clock, weren't you? He says, hi, wow, late. Yeah, I know I am. I was watching one of your videos the other day. What was it? I'm trying to watch your videos more regularly because I know you're producing them, and I don't want to not watch them. You know, if you're producing content, I know how hard it is to produce content. So I like to watch people who, you know, who have basically watched my content, who do content themselves. I was watching a bit of Tap Peddler as well, but I was watching one of your, was it, I think it was a haul video, your recent charity shop haul or something. But yeah, I really like your videos. They're really good. You know, they're just nice, standard quality. They feel very like, they feel like Steve's videos, you know, like it's just so refreshing. You know, like I watch Steve's videos loads now, and I just like the kind of just refreshing style, the laid back style. It's so good to see, you know, because I think a lot of content producers on YouTube, and I do fall into this a little bit. You get to a point where you kind of maybe over exaggerate yourself a little bit, or you know, you maybe, I don't want to say put it on for the camera, because that's not, like right now I'm not putting it on for the camera, I'm literally just being myself. But I mean, you somewhat, your voice, like, I know a way to describe it, phone voice. You kind of like, you put that kind of phone voice on, or that little bit more professional persona in sometimes, or maybe go the other way and you put on that maybe boisterous or loud persona sometimes as well. And it's nice just to see content creators who are like just completely themselves, down to earth, all that sort of stuff. Because, you know, I watch quite a lot of the bigger YouTubers. I didn't used to, but I now have got into like PewDiePie, and I like the Sidemen as well. It's all sort of my kind of generation, you know. It's the kind of standard bigger YouTubers, let's say. But I quite enjoy watching them, but you do feel like it's kind of a bit clickbaity. It's a little bit in your face. It's a little bit over exaggerated, and it is nice to see that kind of, you know, that back down to earth. Leslie says, was on before but lost your link. Yeah, I said at the start of the chat, I tried to do one outside, but it completely failed. My internet didn't hold up. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like, right now up here, I'm further away from the internet, you know, well, the router, than I am outside, which is really, really weird considering, you know, this is fine. I mean, I have it, the reason is I have an Ethernet cable up here, but, you know, at the same time, it shouldn't be cutting out so close to the router. So I just don't like YouTube Live on the phone. I've never had success with it, really. If you go back and see maybe Thursday Talks, like maybe Thursday Talks episode 70 something or something like that, I did a few weeks run of doing them on my phone, and I had to like do like 2 takes or 3 takes because it kept cutting out on me. So I just sacked that off. I don't like it. I don't even like using this, what I'm using now, without the green screen, which is Google Hangouts, and, you know, just doing it this way. I like OBS and everything, but today I just wanted to set it up nice and quickly and get it sorted, because I don't want to be setting all the OBS and stuff up like I mentioned. We've got Forge Your Own Path, yeah, Sybil, Shepherd, that was the one. Love testing Guitar Hero stuff. I used to really love testing video games and stuff, but now I've got out of it. Like, I used to, like, last year, I don't know, maybe last year or 18 months ago. So it's probably 18 months ago now, actually. Time's getting on. It's like June 2018 now. But about 18 months ago, maybe a bit more, I absolutely loved testing video games. I would test video games. Like, I'd get hauls in like Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday through Friday, I'd be testing everything. And then I'd be prepping it, bagging it up for FBA, labeling it up, getting it boxed up, getting it sent out. I was like a machine doing like shipments. It was so good, but I just got out of doing video games. You know, I think, and it's something what Nick talks about as well on a lot of the tap chats, and he said this many a time, but it's kind of like you get into these kind of stages of what you want to pick up and what you want to sell at that time period, and then you kind of go out of it a bit, and you think to yourself, oh, you know, I don't want to sell that anymore. Well, you know, I'll sell something else. And it's not necessarily because you completely fall out of love with that item, but it's just because you want to change, you know, want to move on. But I really did used to love testing. You know, I don't think I did. I think I did a few Guitar Heroes, but mainly just over, you know, PS2s, PS3s. I did like specialist consoles and stuff, like the, you know, like the limited editions. I think I I think, I don't know what it's called. I don't know whether it's Vibrant Red or Ruby Red or something. But I think it's Vibrant Red or something. I'm not 100% sure, but I had like a red slimline PS2, which was pretty valuable. I had a blue slimline PS. Would I say PS2? I meant PS3. I don't know whether I did or not. But anyway, I had a blue and red PS3. I had what was it? Oh, I had a Pokemon Game Boy in one time. That was pretty cool. I had quite a few Game Boys and stuff, but I didn't do Game Boys as much. I was more like PS1, PS2, PS3, and then like, you know, I did a lot of Wii's. Like I sold loads of Wii's. I don't know whether they're worth as much these days. I used to get about 30 quid for a Wii, something like that, up at Amazon with basically like the cables and then the unit, like the console unit. I didn't put controllers in with them. I know there was two separate listings on Amazon. There was one that was a console unit only, which people would send in just the console unit, and in the picture, it had a picture of it with the wires. So I always used to send it in with the wires to cover myself. But I know I heard a lot of people getting a lot of returns on that listing because they were selling the console unit only, and in the photograph it included the wires, but not the controllers. So yeah, I don't think I had pretty much, I might have had one return or something, or one or two returns. I probably did, you know, I'm saying I didn't, but if I looked back or whatever, I probably did. But I didn't have as many as these other people were claiming we were having and stuff. So it was, yeah, it was like you sell on that listing, or you sell on another listing, which was you had to include the Wii Sports game. I think it was in its cardboard case, or maybe in its normal case. All your wires, a nunchuck, a normal controller. I think it's a Wii Mote or something, or Wii Remote we call them. I think it's Wii Mote. And I didn't, like, collectors would always say Wii Mote as in MOTE, but I always used to think that's a bit of an odd thing. Obviously, they're shortening the word remote, but yeah. We've got Gemma Lou. I'll stop rambling on all that because I'll get into everything. But I mean, the only reason I've really stopped doing video games in a big way is, for one, it was a part of wanting to change and wanting to progress into other things, specifically more like the collectible stuff. But in another way, it was the prep as well at Amazon. You had to do so much prep. And then more recently, maybe in the last 6 months or so, maybe even when I was doing it a year or so ago, but they've been requesting that you bubble wrap consoles or bubble wrap certain things. And I wasn't bubble wrapping consoles at the time. And I was, you know, we were getting to the warehouse, we were fine, everything was cool. But obviously more recently, they've been requesting you bubble wrap consoles. So if you're thinking like, you basically, you know, you want to group them together. So you're putting them in a poly mailer with a suffocation warning on. Then you've got to bubble wrap them. Obviously, you've got to test them, clean them before all this as well. Then you've got to put your little, FBA label on it. And I'm sure there's something else I used to do as well. Oh, cable tie the wires. So I cable tie the wires as well. So it's like all that for one console. You think, oh my God, you know? So I thought that was a part of my decision, you know, not to go down that road anymore. But I would like, I would like to explore the video games more on Amazon FBA again, but we'll see. We've got BCP in there. Hi, everyone. I thought I was really lucky and had missed this. Just kidding. Oh, you honestly, BCP, I was getting angry and I was like, oh, what are you doing? You don't mean that, do you? And then I read the just kidding and I thought, oh, right, okay, he doesn't. Right then. Oh, is it Basil Faulty? Is that what Sib K's new name is? No, I'm not. I'm not falling down that trap, Sib K. I saw you. Sue's Piles of Shame is in there. Hi there. Hey, Sue, what was your problem? I saw it on my feed, and I'm like, oh God, I couldn't watch the video at the time, but I was really wanting to know what the problem was. That is really good YouTube marketing right there, because that's what your proper experience with YouTube if you're doing that, because that's what the big guys on YouTube do to get millions of views. They always do like a bold title and they'll say like, oh my God, this happened today, and then we won't reveal it till the end of the video to get more watch time. But yeah, you've hit the nail on the head with that one. I'd love to do videos like that, but I always feel like my kind of the Amazon video was like that, with my Amazon account got deactivated. But I don't like doing videos like that because I feel like I'm cheating people, even though I'm not cheating people, like that. That was my Amazon account was going to be deactivated. It's just I kind of found a way around it and then I put it in a video. But I still feel like I kind of cheat people like that. But I suppose the key is when you do a video like that, a bit more of a dramatized video, or maybe you could say a bit more of a clickbaity video, you've got to kind of do it in the correct way, and you've got to make sure that you are giving the information that you are kind of providing in the title, or in at least some loose way, so then people don't just get pissed off, because that's the kind of thing, really. It's kind of a hard one, really, but it's a great way to get views if you do something like that. Anyway, we'll just quickly look up the chat. Teresa Dolan, I think that's someone else who's new, so that's 2 people. How long have you been buying and selling, and what would be your recommended advice to someone who would like to start? Love your videos, by the way. Thank you very much, Teresa. So yeah, I've been buying and selling next month. Well, it's kind of this month and next month. This month, 3 years ago in 2015, I started watching a guy who everybody knows now. And I am convinced that one day when I'm very, very old, we're going to be telling our children about how we were kind of the children of Nick Kills kind of thing. I'm trying to do, my left hand won't do it. I'm just going to do that. If you don't know, I have cerebral palsy in this hand, so that's why my hand is a bit weird. But I was trying to do the whole, quotations. Anyway, I'm really convinced that in like 50 years or whatever, we'll be telling our kids or grandkids like that we, us younger people who've come through based on Nick Kills videos, we're all going to be saying that we were like the children of Nick Kills. That'd be so funny. Anyway, I watched Nick Kills videos in June of 2015. That's when I started watching them. And within July of 2015, I had registered my business and I got going. So it's been 3 years this month / next month. So yeah, pretty cool. I was going to do a video. I might do a video on my, kind of my official anniversary or whatever. But I might do, I might not. But I just don't know. If anyone's got any ideas for a video they'd like to see as an anniversary video, I mean, I really don't know. I did a clip show. I think it was last year or the year before. I did a clip show for like my 1 year anniversary or 2 year anniversary. But I just don't know what to do. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, I could do a comedy short, but it's whether I can record it in time and stuff. I could do that. I probably could, because it'll be another month or so until it's my actual anniversary. So yeah, I probably could do something like that. But I'd like to do something special just to mark the occasion again. But yeah, so I've been buying and selling for 3 years. I know that was a dragged out answer. What would be my recommended advice? Well, I gave some questionable advice, and I will own up to the fact it was questionable, in a basically a tips video that I did about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago now, maybe a bit longer. And I said that maybe the best way to get started is to branch out into loads of different niches, right? Just, go out there and buy whatever you think will make money. I'm now going back on my advice. And again, this is just because, like, as you slowly progress with your reselling, you start to kind of form different opinions as you go along, and your opinions change over time. I'm actually thinking it's probably not the best idea just to go out there and grab whatever you can, or just go out there and do what go into all different niches at the same time. If you don't know what a niche is, it's just an area, a subject matter. Like, you might sell fishing equipment, or you might sell I don't know, printers. There's a printer there, so just off the fly, you might sell printers or something like that. But I would say actually don't do that. I'd probably say think of what you like. So for me, it's like Doctor Who. So, and I think this is the way I should have done it. I think if I went back, or I say all those years ago, it's not that long, but if I went back 3 years ago and I could say something to myself, I would say slow down a little bit, right? And I want you to go on Facebook, and I want you to go on eBay, right? And I want you to go into a Doctor Who Facebook group, because I know a lot of information on Doctor Who. And I want you to get to know those people in that Doctor Who Facebook group. I mean, it could have a few thousand members, and it's and buying and selling is allowed in there, right? And I would get to know them, and I'd get to know what they're prepared to pay for Doctor Who figures, for Doctor Who related merchandise, all that sort of stuff. Then I go down to the car boot and I go on eBay, right? And I snipe things off eBay, and then obviously I've got to know a lot of those people in that Doctor Who Facebook group now. Then I sell basically some things on Doctor Who items on eBay. I'll be able to describe them a lot more easily because I have a knowledge on that field anyway. I'd enjoy it a lot more in my starting situation, and also then I could flip some things onto the Facebook group, provided there's profit there, and also forgetting about any monetary thing as well. You're making friends on that Facebook group, and you're meeting like-minded people in that sense as well, and also you're making business contacts that someone you might go on that Facebook group to is a massive Doctor Who collector, and you make yourself known on there. Maybe you even tell them the fact that this is what you do full time. I am a full-time Doctor Who merchandise reseller or whatever. And then maybe, once you get to know people, someone might be having a clear out. And I'll tell you, some of these Doctor Who fans are like Star Wars fans. They will have entire rooms full of figures, posters, mugs, everything, all these collectible items. And they might say, I want to thin down my collection. And then you get a lead that way, you see. And then you help them clear out their collection. Maybe it's not the best idea to then sell it directly on that Facebook group, because obviously they know what you paid. But maybe you could then flip those items on eBay. So my biggest tip now, as a person, who has evaluated their own advice, is kind of, my own advice in the past. I think that really I would think of something you love and go for that. Hit that hard first. Then think to yourself, like, what can I do? Can I blanch out a little bit here? Can I go for something else? Maybe I'm not enjoying this kind of Doctor Who stuff as much as I thought. Maybe I could go for one other area, and then slowly spread yourself out from there. Then you might be thinking, right, I might like to do, for me, in my case, the next kind of thing I would branch out to is collectibles and antiques. And collectibles and antiques is quite a big, it's a very, very big subject area. So then you might think from there, well, I actually really want to sell military badges, let's say. So then you think to yourself, right, well, how can I source these military badges? Oh, great, I can get them down at the auction. What sort of prices do we go for? Is there a markup on eBay? And then you can kind of suss that out. If there is a markup, then you obviously buy them. If there isn't a markup, then you're going to have to go to another auction house, or you're going to have to go down to the car boot, or find another outlet of sourcing them. But the biggest thing is do something you love, do it well, try and make contacts with people, like-minded people, obviously people who might have big collections, who might in the future want to thin them down. Obviously, becoming friends with them, just for the fact of becoming friends with them is great. But obviously, if you are friends with them later down the line, you're the person they're going to call when they do want to thin down the collection. So, and I think that, a lot of people have battled back and forth with the idea of whether you should tell someone you're a reseller. And I'm still like that. I think that I'd say maybe 60 to 70% of the time, it's fine. It's actually a good idea for you to do so, but it's just your own sort of anxiety in your head that you're thinking, oh, well, they won't sell it to me, or they'll be wanting more money from me or whatever. Basically, you just tell them what you can pay for it, the fact that you're a reseller. If there's no deal to be done, there's no deal to be done. You're just going to have to walk away. That's how it is. But I think that 60 to 70% of the time, it's a good idea. Maybe the other 30 or 40% of the time, you might get a little bit of hassle. Maybe even 5 or 10% of the time, people might actually get angry at you. They might say, how can you be a reseller, taking this money away from this person or whatever? And those people exist. You've got to realize that. It's just like trolls on YouTube, or, anything, on the internet. Bad people are all around, or people who won't want to help you are all around. You've just got to kind of deal with that and take the rough with the smooth. But that, I know that was very long-winded, but I wanted to get out that was the thing I would do. If I had my time again, that would be how I would attack it. And it's very odd because it is a very different way than I did attack it. So when I first started. So I suppose you live and learn, don't you, in this respect. Anyway, we'll go down the chat. I probably missed out so much. Oh, hi, Kirsten. I need to message Kirsten, actually. I can't say it here, but I will message Kirsten anyway. Peter Way says, adds the Time Machine King, the year 3000, we are all still alive. Well, you never know. I mean, I think it's very possible we can get to the year 3000 as the apex predator. I think really we've got a few more million years. I mean, to be the apex predator, the thing is, getting to be the apex predator isn't necessarily the hard part. It's like maintaining that level of being the dominant species on the planet. That's hard. Like something natural disasters, all these different things can happen that can wipe a species out. But I do think we can easily last to the year 3000. I think a few more million years, humans on this planet, easy. I don't even know. It could be hundreds of millions of years, but I personally can't see hundreds of years out, because you don't know what's going to evolve. You know, a species could evolve quite quickly, you know, in a matter of a few million years or whatever, and then they overtake us or whatever, or something. I don't know, or a natural disaster could happen that's massive, an asteroid could hit the Earth. You don't know, but I certainly do think for maybe like 2 to 3 million years, we're pretty safe, as long as a big asteroid doesn't hit the Earth, because we've cemented ourselves as quite intelligent and quite dominant, species on the planet. And it is quite funny for me to be saying that, talking to you right now as someone with a disability, because I don't consider myself an apex predator, but as a species, we are apex predators. However, as a single man, I necessarily couldn't fight a lion or couldn't fight anything like that. Not necessarily just because of my disability, just because most people couldn't fight a lion. But it makes me think, because I've got that disability, I'm not really an apex predator in that sense. So I'm not the best I could be, or the person like the best human, let's say, because of that disability. Not to say I'm unhappy with my disability, but I'm just pointing that out as a scientific fact. And it always makes me laugh when I'm kind of thinking about that. I'm thinking about apex predators and all that sort of stuff, and scientific stuff like that, and about which species is maybe more dominant than each other and stuff. And it just makes me, I don't know, I have a lot of ideas in my mind, and it makes me think it's just funny that some people might have a disability, but yet they are an apex predator. It's very odd. Anyway, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just rambling again. Will me mocking England soon? Do you mean will be mocking England soon? You do not want to be a predator. I don't know. I don't think I would. I mean, I can't see myself like being. I can't see myself like doing anything like that. But it's weird to think that, I suppose, like not millions of years ago, thousands of years ago, maybe like 50,000 years ago, 40,000 years ago, we were doing that. We were hunting as a species, and we were taking down things like, saber-toothed cats. Sorry, I nearly got that wrong. And we were actually, hunting those beings, those creatures, and some of which we hunted to extinction. One being the dodo, obviously, most recently, about 350 years ago or something. I think it was like 1690s. I think it's 1590s or 1690s. I think it was 1690s or something. Anyway, it's kind of odd to think that, and then think like how, think that if I was doing it, it just doesn't compute with me. Like, I don't think I could do that necessarily. But it's weird to think that to put ourselves in this position where we are in now, with all this technology, with all this sort of dominance and being the apex predator, it seems like really odd that I can't imagine myself doing that, because if I was forced to survive, I would have to do that. Basically, just survival of the fittest. So, yeah, anyway. Well, we'll move on from that, because that was funny. What's he selling? I'm not selling anything. I don't sell. I sell on eBay, but I don't sell on YouTube. We've got Darren in the smart reselling. In 100 million years, people will still be mocking the Ashes box set. Oh, that'd be so funny. Oh my god. Right, where are we? He should be a politician. No, I shouldn't be a politician, because if I was a politician, I would I think the problem is, I'll tell you this thing, right? People who crave power, or let's say who want power, necessarily shouldn't have too much power. Those who don't necessarily want power, but then become in a position of power, not really wanting to receive it or anything like that, they are the ones who will act more responsibly, or most of the time will act more responsibly in that position of power. Whereas those who are, maybe want it, think, oh yeah, but what could I do with this power kind of thing? Even if they have the best intentions, sometimes they can be led astray. Or even if they don't have the best intentions, then definitely they're going to be led astray, and they're going to do things that maybe aren't the best for the planet, maybe aren't the best for the people, maybe are unethical. Certainly, I can see myself doing a few slightly unethical, making a few slightly unethical decisions if I were a politician. So that's why I wouldn't do it, because I realise the fact that maybe I shouldn't be in that position, maybe it's not the best choice for the rest of the world, so therefore I won't do it, and I won't put myself in that position, because then I'd be filled with greed, I'd be filled with, oh, what can I do kind of thing, how far can I take this, how can I progress the world? And what I think I might do is progress the world, but maybe a slight cost kind of thing, you know what I mean? So you might see this perfect world, but the ends, what is it? The ends never justify the means, is that right? So I might fall into that trap of, oh, well, I can see this amazing world in the future. If I can get there in the next 10 years, if I cut some corners and do this and this and this, and but the ends never justify the means, you see. But I don't think I would take that on board too much, and I think I would just end up doing it. And yes, okay, it might be great in 10 years, but who suffers, or what suffers? Does the planet suffer? Does the environment suffer by the shortcuts I've taken? So that's why I won't be. But I would agree with you in the fact that I do talk quite a lot. I do think things through quite a lot. I do kind of, I have a lot of passion for the things I talk about, and all those kind of traits are good for being a politician. But yeah, I just wouldn't like to anyway. Hello, what are we talking about today? Oh, we've gone from, what is it? We've gone from Google Hangouts to YouTube to not dinosaurs. We've gone from apex predators, and now we've just been discussing politics and things like that. So quite a lot. We've got Jasmine in the chat. Hi there. Peter Way says, so next week, ads back for 1 p.m. I am. I did contemplate doing it a little bit later on today. Thursday talks, maybe like 7 o'clock or something, because obviously I was late anyway. But I thought, you know what, I'll just come on and speak to you guys now, because I didn't want to. Thing is, if I did it at 7 o'clock, people would then. I was scared that people. Well, I wasn't scared, but I was a little bit nervous that people might be thinking, "Oh God, where's he gone? Is he okay?" kind of thing. Because I know that. Z and I think Nick might have done this as well, where they've maybe not told people that they're not going to do a video, and then obviously people have got worried about where they are and stuff, because most of us now on YouTube who do these live hangouts do them to the letter, at the 1 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whenever. So when we don't do them 1 week, some of the regular viewers might think, oh, where are they and stuff. So I just like to come on just to make sure people know, I'm here, nothing's happened or anything, I'm cool. It's just the fact that obviously I was around my grandparents, and I had a lovely meal around there. It was very nice. Although we should have gone for salad, we actually had a roast in the, basically, 1 o'clock in the middle of the day when it is boiling outside. So my grandma gave me the choice, and I don't even know why I did this. She gave me the choice between a roast or, basically like roast chicken with salad, or just a roast, roast chicken and all the trimmings and that. And I decided to go for the roast instead of the salad on a day like today. Honestly, I don't even know why I did it, but I suppose if you got a choice between a roast or a salad, what are you going to go for, really? I mean, even on a really hot day, Anyway, so, and also it's, I don't have to do any cooking. So, I mean, I cook all my meals anyway, so it's kind of like, when I go around my grandma's, it's a break, really. So I was happy with that. The roast will always win. Exactly. Even on like a hot day like today, I was like, yeah, I'll have it. Anyway, I had like a drink of cold water afterwards, because I was getting really hot, because obviously having a roast dinner, it's a hot thing to have. And then on a day like today, just crazy. So, I mean, I'm loving the weather. Don't think that I'm not loving the weather or anything. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm out there as much as I can be out there. You know, obviously, I still have to say and do my processing, do my listing, all that sort of stuff. And obviously, I'm doing a bit of Amazon merch as well. So I've been doing t-shirt designs, and that's all on computer. But I've been trying to get out as much as I can. And I'm absolutely loving the weather. And it's so nice to see this weather after such a long, drawn-out winter. You know, it's been so... It was like 6-7 months of winter. Honestly, it must have been 6 months or 5 or 6 months of winter. Might be exaggerating a little bit on 7 months, but it was a long time of just quite dismal days, dark days, cold days, wet days, snowy days, you know, windy days. It wasn't nice. So I know we've only had this for maybe 2 or 3 weeks now, but with the odd occasional day that's not been the best. But it's still, you just got to take it for what it is. It's really, really good. I'm hoping that it stays on. And, you know, we might have a few odd days and that, but hopefully we'll have a decent summer this year. Because I've always found the last few years, don't know, maybe the last 5 years or so, we've had quite patchy summers, you know. There's been like days where it's been good, you know, might have a run of maybe 3 or 4 days where it's been good. And then it'll be a bit grey or whatever, or it'll just be a bit sort of overcast. Maybe it's still warm, but not really great. And then it'll pick up again, and then it'll go back, and it's just been a bit patchy. But hopefully this year, you know, it might be a bit more on point. But yeah, anyway, meant raining now. Is it meant to be raining now in Epsom, or is it actually raining in Epsom? It's very cold and grey here today. That's a weird thing, because everyone's been saying that. Like, I don't know whether I've heard comments on the chat or wherever it is I've heard this, but like, I've heard people in different areas of the country. I think it was actually in one of Carla's live streams the other week. But yeah, basically, in different parts of the country, it's been like really grey and cold and everything. But then here, it's been like really nice. Like, for days upon days upon days, it's been really, really nice. And if you don't know, I'm like northwest. So I'm like, basically, I'm about an hour from the coast, like near kind of Liverpool area or whatever, or wherever the coast is, that sort of side. Anyway, you get where I am. So, you know, I'm kind of, you know, right northwest there. So it's not generally, you know, in this part of the country, it's not generally known for amazing weather or anything, you know, amazing weather, well, not amazing weather, but decent weather for the UK standard would be like Cornwall, Devon, that kind of area. But, you know, up here, it's not generally known for great weather. So it's weird that other people in other areas have been saying it's cold or wet or whatever. And here it's been all right. It's just luck of the draw, isn't it? Anyway, we'll just quickly have another quick look in the chat, and then I will go. So 2 p.m. is still a good time. Well, if you want to put in the chat, you know, what sort of times you'd like me to go live, because I was kind of thinking, you know, maybe I should change up Thursday Talks a little bit, maybe do it at a different time or something like that. I'm not sure, you know. I like kind of 1 p.m. because I have my lunch and then I come on, I'll do Thursday Talks. But, you know, if it's better for other people at different times, I know that maybe it might be better in the evening. You know, for Thursday Talks for a lot of people. I know there's like other live streams on a Thursday. I know there's at least Nick's live chat with a guest on. And I know that some other people generally can do like impromptu streams in the evening. So I kind of like to set myself apart from that, just so that then I don't clash with people. But that's kind of why I've gone for 1 p.m. But if it's better at another time, then it's better at another time for people. Ads northwest of Gallifrey. Oh, there's a Doctor Who fan in the chat. Gallifrey. Oh, but not many people know what Gallifrey is. To be fair, lads, I will work around you. What's best for you? Nick and Andrew is in. Well, Nick or Andrea or both is in the chat. Hi there. Crap in the attic. I'm in Newquay, and it's peeing down. Supervisor Shame says, I like 1 p.m. Usually have lunch. Fair enough. We'll keep it at 1 p.m. then. That's fine by me. I would say it's only different today because, you know, I went for that roast. So then, yeah, Chrissy says, mixed bag today then. Yeah, it definitely was with topics. Ads is a motivational speaker. I don't know. I can't see myself being a motivational speaker. I mean, I don't feel, you know, I have down days where I'm unmotivated. I've been suffering from that recently, like where I'm not motivated particularly. and I know that maybe a motivational speaker doesn't need to be motivational all the time. Everyone has down days and stuff, but I feel like I need to be a bit more experienced in dealing with not being motivated to be more of a motivational speaker. At the end of the day, I'm just some guy talking on YouTube about eBay and or random other topics. You know, if you want to take me as a motivational speaker and get some motivations from me, then yeah, do that, because I'm all about trying to help motivate people. But at the same time, I'm no professional with it. I might need to get some sort of degree or something, and then I could maybe rebrand myself on YouTube as a motivational speaker, and maybe have like that was going to be so egotistical. But I was going to say I could have the little degree on the wall there, but that is just too egotistical. That is. Anyway, so I will go in a second because I know I've been on for a while. 1 p.m. is good here. I'm happy to watch anytime though. I know that generally, like, the people who are like, full-time reselling or full-time self-employed, anytime is kind of both good and bad for them, in the sense that you can always view a live stream at any time, but you kind of can't as well because you're doing work. But I know that the people in a 9-to-5 job, obviously they're going to just have to catch up afterwards anyway. So yeah, late lunch here, sausage and beans on toast. Wow, that's nice. I had what I had the other week? I had beans, egg, and rice. And it's really simple. Sounds like something off I'm a Celebrity or something, but I had just, I think it was like basmati rice or long grain rice. No, nothing fancy with the rice. Beans, and then just, egg. I think it was like over easy or something. And it's so simple, but it really does work. And it's just really nice. They're not really bold flavors or anything, but it's just quite a nice lunch. It fills you up. It's not, it doesn't take too long to cook. That's a big thing for me. I don't like cooking forever. And yeah, it's just nice. So yeah, that's quite nice. So I can definitely see the appeal in that, Nick. Sausage, beans on toast. It sounds very nice. Sam Mahorda says, hey, hi there, Sam. We've got quite a few people in. I didn't think we'd have quite this many people in because of obviously the time. But anyway, salad is the boss. It definitely is on hot days. It really is on hot days. Right, where are we? Is there anything? Couldn't you just Photoshop a degree onto your green screen? I could do, but I just don't have that level of. I can't do that. I don't want to be dishonest. Is that right? Dishonest? Yeah. I was going to say unhonest, but that's not a word, is it? I don't want to be dishonest like that, even if it's a jokey one. I can't do that. I'd love to do it, but I can't do it. So I could always do one of them crash courses and then get a little certificate from that and then put it on the green screen or the wall or whatever. But no, I don't know. I maybe one day I would be a motivational speaker. I've really kind of stopped worrying about what I'm going to do in the future, like in terms of whether I'm still going to be reselling or, what I'm doing. And I just kind of think I'm letting it ride now. I think that's the best thing to do. Like, I'm not saying to myself, look, I'm going to be doing reselling for the rest of my life like maybe I used to do. I used to think to myself, oh, I'm just going to do reselling for the rest of my life. That's it. I'm not going to try and like hone myself down just to doing that. I'm just saying, whatever comes my way, I'll take the opportunity and we'll make of it what we will. So you never know. I might be a motivational speaker in the future. I don't know. I might get some sort of formal certificate or something to do it. And obviously you guys will be aware of that anyway, if it does happen, because as I mentioned, YouTube is going to be one of the things I'm going to try my very best to be consistent at. Even though I've just kind of contradicted myself in saying I don't know what the future holds, I do kind of want the future to still hold YouTube, and whatever I'm doing, I do want to at least do a little bit of content on YouTube every now and then. But yeah, I mean, it's like this thing with Amazon merch, like that opportunity's renewed itself because I was, I got to know Photoshop a little bit, and I thought to myself, well, it's kind of just fell into place that. So I'm going to give it a go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's kind of a different avenue that my journey, let's say, is taking me in. So I'm not kind of worrying like I'm going to be a full-time reseller. And I'm actually thinking more now that I'd actually like to be, part-time reselling and then part-time something else. Whether that is Amazon merch or whether it's something else, whether it is even a part-time job, I don't know. But whatever it is, as long as I'm enjoying it, as long as I'm happy to do it, then I think that would be a good combination. I'm hoping that it could be part-time reselling along something else that I find that is, self-employed. That means I can still be self-employed full-time, but just not reselling full-time. But I think that will give me the variety that my personality craves, because reselling is a massive area and there's so much to do in reselling. But sometimes my personality likes to wander off and do a few other things and dabble in a few other things. So I think that might give it a little bit more of, what my personality craves. So I think that would be a good option to me rather than just doing full-time reselling. So it is something I've been contemplating recently, branching off and maybe separate, having two parts to my business in one sense. But it really depends what comes along, and I'm just going to let the journey flow. And we'll see where I am in a year or 5 years or 10 years or whatever happens. It'll be funny to, well, it won't be funny. It'll be cool to kind of just see where I'm at, maybe for you guys or maybe for myself to look back on. I don't know. But I think it'll be pretty cool to just see where I'm at in 5 years, 10 years, whenever. Anyway, I'll just see. I'll just see if there's anything else in the chat. Add, what other YouTube channels do you watch except from reselling channels? I did say, this is really weird because I did say that at the start of the video or near the start of the video. I watch, every now and then I watch PewDiePie. Basically, I just watch PewDiePie. I got into PewDiePie because I saw on my little feed the BitConnect, what was it? BitConnect, basically, I don't know what it was called, but it was a parody of BitConnect, and it was so bloody funny, right? And as someone who was invested and who made a ridiculous mistake in doing so, I could laugh at that video after 6 months of it being done and dusted kind of thing, and I've moved on with my investing. But it was very, very funny just to see that bloody meme on the, I mean, I actually watched it again last night because it was so funny. But I found PewDiePie from that video, and I'd always kind of shunned off PewDiePie, like, oh, he's a bit kind of, oh, he's not really my sort of style kind of thing, and he's a bit clickbaity and all that sort of stuff. But I've actually, grown to like his videos a little bit more, and I know that he's had some controversy with more recently with this kind of Twitch controversy. And I know that he's had some controversy with being racist or something like that. I'm not sure. But there was some controversy. And I do think watching that video, because I actually watched the video that was meant to be controversial, and I do actually think he just kind of put his foot in it really there. I think he kind of, I don't want to say like he not forced himself to do it, but I don't want to say like he said it intentionally. But if you watch the video, it kind of feels like he's being a bit vindictive, a little bit angry towards that person. And anyway, I don't know. I mean, different people have different views on it, but I didn't quite like how he sounded in that video when he said that word that he actually said. And obviously, I'm not going to repeat it because I'm just going to get in crap there anyway. But I don't know anyway. But I watched PewDiePie and I've watched a few of his videos. I watch the Sidemen. I really like the Sidemen. I like Josh the most. Josh is he has another channel. He has a gaming channel, and I'm watching him, a PC gaming mainly, I think. And I've more recently, the last few weeks, I've started watching him play this game called Raft, which is a really, really cool game. And it actually reminded me of RuneScape a little bit. And that's what led me on to talk about RuneScape the other week. But no, I watch him. I watch a lot of cryptocurrency related channels. I've not talked about cryptocurrency for the last 6 months intentionally on my channel because with the whole thing with BitConnect, the whole thing with the market crashing and now we're in a bear market, it just didn't seem like a good thing to be pushing all that kind of thing. I am still invested in cryptocurrency. I still believe in it long term. I do think that it's still a market that is developing and there is a lot of risk there, but I do still believe in it. I am still heavily invested. The majority of my investment portfolio, the majority of my money is in cryptocurrency. Probably doubles, like when I was talking about it sort of end of last year, I've actually got double what I had at the end of last year. Not necessarily through gains, because obviously there's not been any gains in the last 6 months, but because of investing more in the time that the market's down. Because obviously when the market falls massively, that's a great chance to pick up cheap coins that when the market goes back up again, you can profit off. So I've been kind of loading up there. But I'm only invested in 2 or 3 cryptocurrencies. I've kind of honed in a little bit and made sure that the actual protocols, the coins, the attributes of the coins, the actual technology behind the coins I'm investing in is sound. And I would only ever look at really the top 50 coins. Even, you know, a lot of people would say that's quite risky, looking at the top 50. Maybe even, you know, looking at the top 5 is more better. But to tell you the truth, I think there's a lot of coins in the top 50 that will be, you know, a top 10 coin one day. And there is good potential for growth over the next few years. Maybe even, you know, 100 to 500% growth over the next 5 years. You may be saying, oh, that's too good to be true. It's not achievable. It is achievable in a small market like cryptocurrency, because with cryptocurrency, imagine like stocks and shares, but way back when it started, the market would have been going up. You know, it's a smaller market. There's a lot more volatility in the market because there's a lot of cash coming into the market. So that leads better. That means that you get better gains. And then slowly, maybe in 40 or 50 years' time, cryptocurrency will be more like the stock market, and the volatility will be quite low, and it'll be all like, oh well, I'm only getting 1% a year or whatever, or 5% a year, like in the stock market. But the early adopters of cryptocurrency get this kind of stage now of the great gains before it starts plateauing out, and then it's just like kind of, you know. Anyway, so I watch a lot of cryptocurrency channels. I watch Data Dash. I kind of watch Superman, but I don't particularly like him that much. I watch, what else do I watch? I watch, there's a few others. I can't, Crypto Daily and a few others. You know, I like those. I like Crypto Daily. I like him. He's all right. He's a UK-based cryptocurrency channel. And other than that, I watch I watch a lot of Doctor Who channels, obviously. I watch The Who Addicts. I watch Council of Geeks. I watch The Host Productions. I watch, what else? I watch Crispy Pro every now and then. All these different ones, anyway. I won't ramble any more than that. We've got Forge Your Own Path. Is Forge Your Own Path. Tom, are you invested in crypto? And I didn't know you were invested in crypto. EOS is looking quite a promising coin. It is, but just look at the total supply against the price. I mean, the total supply, I don't know what the total supply is. I'm pretty sure it's like 200 million or something. And it's like a $12 coin. It's been as high as $20. How high is that coin really realistically going to get? Like $50? Maybe $100? I don't even think that really, but it's a great protocol. Dan Larimer obviously is a massive part of the project, and he invented Steam, which Steam is an amazing cryptocurrency. One of the 2 or 3 cryptocurrencies I'm heavily invested in. 3-second transaction time within its own blockchain. Lightning fast speed of transactions. No fees within its own blockchain. It's got the most transactions of any blockchain, even more than Bitcoin. Oh my God, it's an incredible cryptocurrency. And a Chinese company, quite a reputable Chinese company, they actually did a survey recently on which is the best blockchain, and Ethereum got number 1 and Steam got number 2. So Steam is pretty cool. But because Dan Larimer is working on EOS and he was from Steam, obviously EOS is going to have massive, massive potential. It's whether that total supply, I just don't know whether the price is going to go through the roof because of that total supply. It's quite a large amount of coins that are readily available, and because of supply and demand, I just don't know. But anyway, but I think the actual applications of EOS, the technology behind it is phenomenal. You're completely right on that. I think the decentralized applications are going to be brilliant. I think the potential for airdrops are going to be brilliant. I think it's going to be awesome, like awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm not invested. I wish I did. I was invested like a year ago, but I'm not invested anymore. When EOS was like $1 a coin, and I sold it at like $1.50 because I didn't want to be in the coin anymore. Not because I didn't think it was a good coin, but because I didn't have much knowledge back then on, you know, as much knowledge as I do now on cryptocurrency. So I just sold it for something else. So yeah, I mean, EOS is a great coin, but you know, I'm not invested. Yeah, but BTC got 13th. What? Yeah, but BTC got 13. Yeah, Bitcoin got like 13 because obviously it's just it was the first cryptocurrency that came into existence, and it's because like it's quite slow with its transaction speeds and all that sort of stuff. The network can get clogged up because it's not got the same transactions per second as something like Neo, which has 10,000, well, up to 10,000 transactions per second, but maybe like 1,000 to 3,000 transactions per second on a normal rate. It's not got that, you know. There's a coin that I think it will do really, really well, which the ticker symbol is APH, which is a Philion. I think that's going to do really well if they like. It's a very, very risky coin. I'll say that. You know, it's a very, very risky coin, but I think it'll do well, in my opinion, if they get the decentralized exchange running within July. If they do not get that decentralized exchange running ASAP, then that coin is not going to do much. But if they can do that, then that coin is going to 10x, 20x within the next year. I can say that pretty comfortably. So that is another one of the coins I'm invested in. But that is my most speculative coin I'm invested in. But I do believe it has the tech behind it. It has the people behind it. It has a lot of people. You can watch a video by Superman on that coin, but it has a lot of good people behind it. It has a strong team behind it. And I think they can beat out. I think is it what is it, NXT? Is it Next or something? I don't know. Oh, no, it's NEX, isn't it, the other one? But if they can beat out NEX, you know, beat them to the punch in getting this decentralized exchange up, then that coin is going to be great. And also they're giving revenue share on that coin, so you will receive passive income from holding that coin. But obviously you're going to have to stack up quite a few to get any sort of good gains. But yeah, so anyway, we'll leave it there. Add one-time offer. I'll sell you 100 NIC coins for £50. Yeah, but what's the value of a NIC coin? Although, if you're on Steam and you and smart media tokens come out whenever they're going to come out, you can go on Steam. You can bring your followers over to Steam, and then you can set up your own cryptocurrency on the Steam blockchain using smart media tokens, and then your followers basically. The follower has like the most coins or whatever, I believe they get more reward or influence on your kind of Steam It blog or something. I'm going to have to look into that a bit more, but I can't wait for smart media tokens with Steam, but we'll see. Awesome info about crypto. Please do a video on it. Yeah, I could do, but the thing is, back a while ago, I got a lot of kind of negativity on it. It's kind of still like that, like people don't fully believe in cryptocurrency. People just think it's a scam. And I know firsthand, I have been involved with not involved, but I mean, I have invested in 2 scams that I lost a lot of money on. I know firsthand there is scams in crypto. There is ICOs, initial coin offerings out there that are complete scams that will take your money. But this is the problem. People umbrella it, right? So one scam in cryptocurrency, they think, oh my God, that was a scam. Suddenly, they think all of cryptocurrency is a scam. And then when people do videos on it, like myself, they give it quite a lot of hate. So, you know, especially people who aren't investing in cryptocurrency. If I built up a second channel that was dedicated to cryptocurrency, then I wouldn't get as much hate. But because on this channel, my audience isn't cryptocurrency related, a lot of my audience might still think it's a bit dodgy, it's a bit of a scam, and they're more prone to just kind of shunting the information off and not really engaging with the actual fundamentals that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies can have an impact on our world. I mean, you send you send money to another country using a bank transfer, you're going to pay quite a bit for that transfer. I mean, I did it a few months back. I transferred some money to like a Latvian bank or Slovenian bank for Coinbase. I had to transfer it for Coinbase to get myself verified or whatever. And what happened was they charged me like 25 quid. If you use Litecoin or if you use another coin, your transaction fees are going to be minimal all around the world, globally. So you can send, literally, someone the other week, someone a few weeks back, sent like $1 million or $10 million. I can't remember which one, but either one of the two. They sent $1 million or $10 million using the Litecoin network on the Litecoin blockchain. And they paid like 10 cents or 30 cents in transaction fees. You try and do that with a bank. You try and do that any other way except for with cryptocurrency with that level of fee. And you can send it anywhere in the world, provided, you know, they've got a Bitcoin address, a Litecoin address or whatever. So people on the surface, you think, oh, scam, and they don't look at the potential for what this can do for the world in the future. Forget about the investing side of it. Maybe even just think about what this can do for our world and then think, hang on a minute, is this going to be good or bad? And judge it fairly based on that. If you still think it's a scam after researching into it and doing as much research as I've done into it, and as other people have done more research than me into it and know a lot more, if you still think it's a scam, fair enough. I will not call you out, okay? That's your judgment. But you can't just call it a scam because one scam or two scams or 10 scams have popped up within that space, because there's scams like loan sharks and stuff. There, you know, a lot of like scammy things happen with them, but you don't call like all like Wonga and that, all these other things. You don't umbrella it and say everything's a scam. You just say that one thing was a scam. I don't know. Did Wonga end up shutting down in the end, or was that actually a scam? I can't remember, but something happened with Wonga, didn't it? Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys, because I've proper rambled on that. My own cryptocurrency, OMG, I'm going to look at that on Steam. Thanks, ads. It's STEE, by the way, and the platform is Steemit. So Steem, the cryptocurrency, is on the Steemit. Sorry, Steemit. Oh god, how do I even explain this? Steem, the cryptocurrency, is on the Steem blockchain, but to get to the Steem blockchain, you go through a website called Steemit. So STEEMIT, and it is the first decentralized blogging platform that rewards its users, both its content creators and its commenters, in cryptocurrency rewards that you can then use to purchase Great British Pounds or US dollars. It's very, very revolutionary, completely decentralized, so it's not owned by one person or run in one place. It's run across the world with loads of different computer nodes set up to actually create this blockchain. And then obviously you mine the coins by staking them in your wallet, and you will get a staking reward of 2% a year, which is not too good to be true. That's perfectly sound, in this world. 2% a year is quite achievable. But if however many coins you have in your wallet, and you're actually powered up in your wallet, in your Steemit wallet, then you will be able to get 2% a year, as a staking reward off that within that cryptocurrency. Now, if the value of the cryptocurrency of a coin goes up by 50% next year, you can then cash that out into US dollars or British pound for more than 2%, because that, although you've only got 2% in the actual cryptocurrency, you've actually got more than 2% because you've gained value in the coin. So anyway, I'll leave it there. I've rambled far too long. It's been like an hour and a half. This is like the longest episode of Thursday Talks ever. If you liked it, please do give it a like. If you thought I was talking nonsense, then do what you want. Don't watch or whatever. That's cool. I try and be as open as I can. I try and be as honest as I can and just get all the information out there that people want to hear. Trying to be unbiased, or as unbiased as a human can be. And yeah, that's what I do on this channel. That's what I do on Thursday Talks. And I will leave it there, guys, and I will see you in the next one. So see you very soon. Thank you for joining me, everyone. And now we have that awkward pause where I'm trying to get to the stop broadcast button like old times.